Hey guys, this is Assassin Parks, and I'm back with video tutorial part 2. Today we're going to be going over audio and video settings as well as key bindings. I may or may not add in auto hotkeys into this video. I believe it might deserve a video of its own. Um, so with that said, let's get right to it. First thing we got to do is click options. We're going to get rid of this nasty music. So turn these first two audio bars all the way down. You want to enable hit sounds because you in this game you want to know when you hit someone. And main sound volume, you really should probably keep it at 100 when you're playing the game because it's an open world PvP full game and you want to hear when people are getting close to attack you and stuff. But for now, I'm going to turn it down so you can hear me a little bit better. And now, as you see, the song kind of fades away, and now we can actually think about what we're doing. So let's go to video options, and we're gonna put these first three bars all the way down. We're gonna take off enable auto optimization. So basically, what happens is when your FPS drops below 30, you could only see like 15 feet in front of you. So it's kind of crappy, and most of your computers should be able to handle this game pretty well by now. If your computer does not, I would suggest maybe getting a new PC. All right, so let's move on. We're going to scroll down here just a little bit. Vegetation, we want these all the way down. Leave these unchecked. Gamma correction you could leave alone. If it's a little dark, you could raise it or lower it. Shadows, we want these three boxes unchecked. Select shadows, we want them put low. Select shader version. So this is a very important setting. We want PS11. It's going to make your game look a little uglier, but you're going to be able to see underwater. If you left it as is, the water would be blurry, and you need to see what you're doing underwater for water archery. That's just in this game you're going to be doing lots of water archery, so trust me, choose PS11. Select texture. Okay, so I like highs, so I just kind of leave them there. So actually I could put max here for select texture quality. So you could still make the game look pretty, with high textures, but we're taking away all the shadows and we're changing the shader version. So it's a give and take. Alright. Post-process effects, again, this is something that has to do with your computer rig. But I like performance over beauty. So I'm going to uncheck this because I want all the FPS I could get. Alright, and then you choose if you want to play a window screen or and your screen resolution. Alright, and we're going to click apply. So once we've clicked apply, your screen's going to pause for about 30 seconds, and that's normal. But now our settings are in effect, and we're going to do one more thing before we get to all this junk in the middle. We're going to go to GUI options, and we're going to go down to identify distant targets. We want that checked, and display FPS. We want that checked. Alright, and here we'll get to this a little bit later. This is your item counter slot bar right here. So I usually like arrows and my 6 reagents. So I like 7 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this has 8. We're going to take 1 bar off. Let's see, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 7. Alright. Is there anything else we could do in here? No, I think that's fine for now. Alright, chat options. Now this is something based on your preference. So we could kind of move our stuff around a little bit better over here. Put our compass over here by the mini map. Alright, we can't move that just yet, so we'll leave that alone. I like my backpack in the middle and then my hotbar right above the backpack so I can kind of see what I'm doing. This is our paper doll. Okay, item bar, I like it usually somewhere over here. It's all up to you how you want to rearrange your stuff. Alright? Okay, but chat bar, this is what I wanted to get to. when you're doing a thing in game, you'll have on-screen text that'll pop up. And if you don't like that, if you'd rather play with this little settings box, it'll also pop up here in the systems box. So if you don't want that, you see bottom left, you could put that as hidden. So a lot of people either they play with no systems, so it'll like disappear and then the on-screen text will pop up on the bottom left. That's just your preference, but most people even like it hidden even if they don't play with this open. Alright, so we'll just click apply. We'll leave it hidden for now. And you guys can play with that a little later. You'll see in other people's videos that they have the on-screen text and they kind of like it like that. This is it. This is this little box tells you what you're looking at basically. Alright, so you start off with newbie protection when you very first log in. This is only used once per account. So you can make as many new accounts as you want, but it's only going to last for 1 hour globally. So if you make 7 tunes within 1 hour, they'll all have newbie protection, but after that first hour is gone, so is your newbie protection. Newbie protection basically means you can't write them out, you can't attack other players, they can't attack you, you can't join a clan. If you want to get rid of newbie protection as soon as you join the game, you just got to run outside of your newbie zone. So we're here in Orklands. So I'd say if I run probably across this you see these three-way street right here. Probably if I run on the other side of this street going north, my newbie protection will run out after about 30 seconds to a minute, and it'll warn you. It'll have a warning screen. So let's see what else they say. So this is like most other games. WASD, shift for sprint, space for jump. The only weird thing about this game is you start off with having to press right click to go in and out of game mode. So what we're going to do is we're going to change that. Most people like escape. I used to play with it as V, because V in this game is parry and I like right click as parry. So I would just swap the two and have done with it. But I noticed a lot of people like escape for it, so I'll just do that. So, but we'll get into that in just a second. Oh, this just tells you right here, right mouse click. Alright, and we're going to talk about our weapons, equipping them and all that. Alright, and I'll go over all this other stuff too. So, first thing you want to do, you could double click your sword to put it on your paper doll. And so here's P's for paper doll. You can see it's in there in the bottom left corner. And R to unswipe it. Alright, R to put it back away. But that's not, it's not the best way. You don't want to have to open your GUI screen every time and double click a weapon. It's not easy in the middle of a fight. So what we want to do is we want to do input bindings. Now you have to bear with me a little bit. This is going to take a little bit of time. So with that said, we're going to find right click. So GUI mode toggle. GUI mode toggle. So this is button 1. That's your right mouse button. We're going to change this to escape right away, okay? So this will make a lot of you guys happy. Click apply right after you do each one. It just saves a little better. Now we're going to go back to interaction. Parry. So we're going to change it from V to right mouse button. Button 1. Alright, click apply. So now we're in here. See, we'll double click our sword, pull it out, and now every time we press right click, we're going to be parrying. And if we press escape, it's going to take us back to our GUI mode. Alright. Now, we don't want to be double clicking our sword like I said a little bit ago. Let me get it. Oh my gosh. Having a breakdown right there. Because I don't use escape. Sorry about that. Alright, so I'm going to take the sword back out because I need it out to show you. What we're going to do is we're going to drag this into a hotbar. I usually go to like column 0 for my weapons. So I'll put this in, I want slot 1 to be my staff, slot 2 to be my two-hander, slot 3 to be my bow, and slot 4 and 5 will be my one-hander and shield. Alright, so I'm going to put it at 4. 0, 4. So what I need to do is I need to go to GUI, I need to go down to column 0. So we're at column 0. Now we're going to go to 4. And now we're going to choose a key on our either our keyboard or our mouse that we like to pull out our one-hander. Alright, so for me, I like a mouse button so to pull out my sword and shield. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one right now. And this is on my mouse, so this is a special key for me. Alright, we're going to click apply. And so every time I press this button, you see the sword popped out on my hip without me having to double click it in my bag, and then we can pull it out. And then if we put it back down and we click the button again, I think it should go away. Yeah. So that's kind of a stupid thing that they have. I hope they fix that. Sometimes you're in the heat of a moment and you double click a weapon and it goes away before you can even pull it out. But you know, that's how it is. So as you can see, most newbie starter cities have a clan station, and what's going on, the reason why my clan's name is being broadcasted, that's because we captured a sea fortress, or some people call them sea towers. This is a bindstone, so you have to be unsheathed, and you have to press your F key, and it says we're not allowed to bind to this stone right now, and that's because we're already bound. We started here. Once we get to the capital city, we're going to definitely want to bind there, so we'll press F on that, alright? Right when you start the game, you're going to want to talk to this counselor, and you can pick up some quests. So, I'm not going to do quests right now because I want to focus on GUI. I already have gold, so I don't have to do any quests. When you start the game in beta or launch, you guys are going to have to probably earn your own gold, and I would just talk to every NPC in the starter city and get quests, alright? So, but what we want to do is we want to click on starting weapons once we have the gold, and we could buy 2 extra slots. So we'll just pick a weapon. We want a staff for sure, so we're going to buy that, and it's going to cost 100 gold. Okay? So that one's pretty easy. That's cheap. The third slot's going to really cost you a lot of gold, but we have a lot of gold, as you can see. So I like to run around with a two-hander. So we're going to buy this slot, and this is going to cost 1,000 gold. Alright, so now we have our staff and our sword. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the newbie weapon. We're going to put this in number 1. That's where I like it. And this in number 2. And see, we can't buy a newbie bow. Well, we could, but we can only have 3. So we'll just have to get a bow off of a goblin or something, or make our own. But we could still make a hotkey for this slot, alright? So let's go to GUI, and we're in hotbar column 0. So we're here, and we want 1, 0, 1, and I like my staff to be Q. So I'm going to press Q, click yes. So you double click on these two, so double click, and then for my two-hander, I like E, so I'm going to click E. And for my bow, I like my middle mouse button, so I'm going to press that. And then we're going to click apply. Alright, so now I'm running around. I can press E for my staff, and E for my two-hander, and Q for my staff. Sorry, my bad. And then middle mouse button, if I had a bow, pull out my bow. And then I got my one-hander too. And we're going to put a one-hander and a shield macro in this game, so it'll be easy for you. All you got to do is click your one-hander button and your shield will pop out. Alright? So we're not going to talk to the counselor like I just said. These are guard towers, so if someone turns red and they try to come to the city, they're going to get killed by these towers. Or if you attack someone, you'll go rogue, which means you'll be gray for like 30 seconds to a minute, and they'll attack you. And the way you go rogue is by attacking other players. Alright, so before we do anything else, we're going to kind of finish up this first section of the GUI, and we're going to put on some spells. So I'm going to change hotbars. I'm going to go to hotbar 1, and we're going to put on our first basic spells that we start with, which are Heal Self and Mana Missile. Alright, so actually I like an attack bar, and then I like a heal bar, so I'm going to change the bars a little bit. And we're going to go back in here. So we're in column 1, row 1, right there. And mana missiles, so you can make a hotkey if you want right there, but I don't really want to. But what I want to do is I want to be able to switch my hotbars pretty easily. So I'm going to find the column scroll right here. So I have my forward and back button, my side buttons on my mouse. So I'm going to use those. For forward will be next, and previous will be back. So now I'm using my mouse buttons to switch through all these columns. All right. Click apply, and we're going to do one more thing in this right here. So we're going to scroll all the way to this top, and we're going to start over. Where is, let's see, column 0. Alright, so this is left shift, and left shift 0 will take you to column 0. I really don't like this system, so right away I'm going to change this. I'm going to make this F10, and then we'll start with F1 for column 1. So we'll go F1. And we're just going to do that with all these. F2 for column 2, F3, F4. Because what's going to happen is, if you were to leave it how it was, every time you press shift and then you want to press, let's say, 1 for your mana missile, well, it's not going to work out in your favor. It's going to go to column 1, but then you're not going to be able to select your mana missile. It's just going to keep selecting column 1, and it kind of gets confusing. You have to let off your sprint to press the 1, and it's just annoying. And in this game, you got to be fast, or you're going to get killed, basically. Alright, so let's just finish doing this. We're almost done. And I'm showing you guys all this because you know, there's a lot to it. It can be a little tedious. So we're done now. So we got F1 to F9, and then 0 is F10. Alright, we're going to click apply, and we're good. So now, let's see. So if something disappears like that on you guys too, like you can't see it, you just press these little bubbles right here, and you can see them again. Alright. I usually play with my in-game stuff down. If you want to get your, as people talk, more bar tabs will pop up. So we'll just leave that on its own for now. Okay. So as I was saying, so now if we press shift, we're running, and if we press 1, we're not going to switch to column 1. We're already at column 1. But we're going to be able to select our spell. All right, and left click to fire. And because I put my side mouse buttons as changing my columns, now I could change them pretty easily. And so 1 again is heal self. So you start with these 2 spells, and basically when you first start the game, you're expected to get all the quests. You'll get some gathering quests, some crafting quests, and then they'll tell you to go kill some goblins. And they usually kind of tell you where the goblins are. They're just outside the city. And then you'll get new weapons, a little bit of armor, and you'll be able to go and buy some new spells. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get some new spells and bind those as well. Alright guys, so we're standing here in front of the mage and we're about to buy some spells, but I wanted to go over something really quick. What we're going to do is we're going to go into GUI mode. And when you're in the city, you're trying to find out all these NPCs. So I'd suggest maybe zooming into about 160. 160% is also pretty good when you're in PvP with a group of your friends. So you kind of see where they're at all times and get to them really quick. Alright, so we're talking to Blood School the Mage. And we're going to get back out of that. We're going to press F. Alright. Now, we're in here, but we want to look at our skills real quick. We want to press the skills button, and we're going to go to magic skills. And our lesser magic is only 1. And that's because we have, you don't skill up with newbie weapons. You have to kill the goblins, and you have to take their weapons, and then skill up with them. But the reason why you want newbie weapons is when you die, you want some type of protection, right? So you have these newbie weapons that do very little damage, but you can still defend yourself if needed. So we actually cannot buy anything yet. So we're gonna have to back out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over and oh, actually, right here we could probably buy a staff. Actually, let's see. Yeah, we can. We could buy a staff. So buy this, 48 gold. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to trade this with my newbie weapon and pull it out. And because I'm playing alpha, I get accelerated skill growth. So we're just going to pull this out, and I'm going to heal myself. And that should bring my lesser magic up to probably 100 right away. Alright, let's get back in here. Actually, let's just look. Lesser magic is now at 51. Okay, so it didn't take me up all the way right away, but that'll be enough for now, just to get you started. Alright. Actually, let me get to 100. I'll pause it right now. Alright, now we get 100 lesser magic. So we could buy all the lesser magic spells, and we could actually upgrade the skills a little bit. So we're going to press F on this Blood School guy, and we're going to go to Service. And, well, we got the gold, so let's just click Read. I think you can find scrolls or something in the game. It's been a while. And so, right, the first main skills you want to buy are going to be Heal Mount. That's the only heal mount spell, so you're going to need it. We want Launch. Lay on Hands is good, so let's just pick that up. That's going to be early on, heal your other buddy type thing if they get low. You have to be really close, though, when casting that. Magic Shield, we want that one. We want Magic Ward. Magic Ward is the same thing as Magic Shield, but you could cast it on your friend to buff them. And these are the most important ones. We want Stamina to Health. Mana to Stamina. You're going to be using that one a lot. And Health to Mana. So those three are called transfer spells. And you're going to be using those a lot. You could buy these other ones just to finish off your school list. But the only one I'd probably use as a Destro, as a Destroyer Mage Killer build, would probably be Burden. Alright? So we'll take Burden. And I don't want those ones. Magic skills. So we have lesser magic now. And we can actually upgrade it, so we do more damage and all that, and use less mana. So we're going to do that. So once you level up lesser magic, you're not quite done. You're still going to have to level up these 4 skills, but you could do that on your own as you're casting Heal Self and your transfers. All right, so we're going to exit out of that, and we're going to add spells to our bar. So let's just pop it out. You just press this arrow, and it'll pop the whole box out. Burden is a debuff, so we'll just make a debuff bar. We'll put it somewhere like in the middle over here, like number 5. Heal Mount, we'll put that like somewhere down in here. It's still in the heal bar, but it's down a little bit. Alright, now our transfers. We want our 3 transfers for sure. Now I'm leaving this slot open for Witch's Brew. It's a better heal self spell. So I kind of know what I'm doing. So I'm going to leave that open for myself. And we're going to pop this one down again. And usually actually you have a heal other bar, but for now we're just gonna leave it here. Alright, so that's a heal other skill, and then you're gonna have your buffs will be on one bar and your buff others will be on another bar. I usually put those all the way in the back. Launch, you're gonna have a bar with getaway spells and getting over city spells type thing. So we could also leave that in the back somewhere. Alright, so that's all our lesser magic spells. And now we're going to go back to input bindings. Alright, and we're going to want to change some stuff around. Because we can technically We can change them all with our side mouse buttons. You know, we could get there, but it's going to take a little while, and this is a fast-paced game. So some spells you're gonna want to be able to access right away. Okay, so we're gonna go to GUI. We're gonna scroll down to column 2. And the first one, heal self. So this is going to be a spell we're going to use a lot. So we want that on a hotkey. Alright, so column 2, row 1. You're going to find a key that you really like. For me, I'll probably choose Shift G, because I'm going to be pressing sprint, right? Because I don't have a macro yet. So Shift G. Every time I press Shift G, my heal self spell will pop up. Alright? So click apply real quick, and then transfers. So 3. Go to row 3, and I want this one to be Shift F. So that's a heal self. This one gives stamina, and this one gives mana. So stamina, I probably want like tab, because I'm gonna be using that a lot. Alright, tab. And then health to mana, I won't use that as much, but I still will use it a lot. And I'm going to put it somewhere else so I could also use it real easily. So I'm going to push probably V. Alright? And the reason why I put Shift F, because you use F naturally to open your banks and start conversations with all the NPCs. So I'm still using F, but I have to add in the Shift for that one. Alright? Alright, so that should be good for that column. Now we're going to go to column 5. I don't really want something there yet. I don't want to give Burn a hotkey because I'm gonna do something in my auto hotkeys, my macros, so it'll be a little easier. I'll do that actually for all these other ones. All right. So really, it's just about the conversions. So Shift F will bring me my stamina to health. G will bring me my heal self. Tab, stam. V is health to mana. Now we can't cast any of these conversions because we don't have reagents. So now we're gonna have to go buy reagents. And yes, it's gonna take more gold, and actually it adds up pretty fast. But we're gonna go talk to the Arcanist. We were just talking to the mage. You'd think the mage would sell reagents. They do. But the Arcanist sells all of the reagents, including bone. Okay. So we're going to click on materials, herbs. So now we got them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy 400 of each. You're going to need a lot of them. Eventually you're going to want like 4,000 or 5,000 of each in your bank at all times. And there is 6 of them, right? So we only got 5. Now I can go down to bone. Bone is a multi-purpose. You use it for crafting as well. Actually, a few of them are multi-purpose. But okay, so what we want to do is we want to drag these over into our item counter slot. So basically what this is good for is when you're leaving town and let's say you think you have all your reagents, it's easy to check real quick if you do. If you don't have them, like let's say, we'll just throw this away. So now it's 0. It's red. That means, oh crap, I forgot my sulfur. So I need to go back to the bank or back to the NPC and buy some more. Alright. Now, we want to finish this off with arrows. Alright, so now we're here at the fighter. Hopefully he sells arrows, and he does. Alright, so we want, let's see, let's get a lot more again. So he sells 10 at a time. So if we get 4, that should be maybe enough. No, that's 40, sorry. So we wanted 40. Just go with 37. Alright. Alright, now, unfortunately to equipped arrows, see it has 2 bars. Arrows have 2 number slots. we have 0 equipped on our paper doll in this bottom right corner. So unfortunately, every time you want equipped arrows, you do have to go into your backpack and double click them. Alright? And if you want them back in your backpack after you're done with the day and put them in your bank, you could just double click them again. Alright? So we got that. Let's see if he could sell us a bow, and we could put that in our hotbar. Alright, so we're gonna... Whoa, I didn't mean to buy that many. But that's alright. That'll come to use in another video that I want to do. Alright, so now every time I press middle mouse button, my bow comes out. Right? Alright guys, so before I end this video, I'm going to show you how to join a clan. So we're kind of done with the basics of input bindings, and we already went over audio and options and all that, video options. So, clans, click Clans tab. If for some reason this is completely blank, like a blank gray screen, that means that your Norton's antivirus is blocking SF browser. So what you would do is you would go in your Windows and you would right click in the items tray on your Norton's and you'd click on history, and then you would search for SF browser, and it'll pop up and it'll say that it's blocking it and you want to uncheck it so it's not being blocked, and then you could see the actual menu for clans. So instead of creating a clan, you usually need like 2,000 gold in your inventory. I'm actually going to be joining my clan because this is a new character, and so I'm going to type in, my clan name is Ironwrath, but all you have to do is like type in iron and it should pop up. So here you go, Ironwrath. Click recruitment, and we're going to click apply, and we're done. Alright, now let's go to the bank really quick. Again, that's a little annoying, sorry about that. And you're going to have to put your weapon away every time you want to look in your bank. You press F. F accesses your bank, and you can put your stuff away. When you're first starting out, you're going to want to bank very regularly. I would say at least every 15 minutes or 30 minutes, and you're going to want to put your gold in right away, because gold's going to be very important for you. For now, it's not important to me. And once you're in the clan, you could press G, and you could open your clan bank. Another tab here would say clan bank, and you could access the clan bank. You also have to be high enough rank. You have to be captain or above in your clan to access the clan bank. Most people won't give you bank access as soon as you join because it's a trust factor. They're going to need to trust you. Alright, so this concludes this part of the video. Video 3 will be macros, so we could get a little more extensive into the GUI and feeling like you're playing a game that has good binds and all that. Alright, so hope you enjoy.